So, year 4. Year 3 wasn't that long actually, so let's see what we've got to say.
Alex, you had mentioned on our break that you were the master of playing through this game the most quickly.
That's right.
I think you should talk about that, because when I played this game, I think it took me a couple of days.
Yeah, I mean, I'm interested in playing the remastered version to see how long it takes me. I think it'll be, 12 hours or more, but when we were in test, obviously we're playing it, every single day, so we know it inside and out, but when a brand new build came down, we always had to play through from beginning to end, and I was the person that always ended up doing that because I could do it the fastest, and I got down to just a little over an hour playthrough time. I want to say like an hour and 10 minutes was my fastest time. Yeah, it was something else. I mean, I knew the whole game, like instinctually, and now I barely remember any of it.
You must have been able to skip through cutscenes or something.
Oh yeah, you can.
Yeah,
and you can skip dialogue too.
I think the cutscene tape that we received, so we could watch them, I want to say it was almost 2 hours.
It was
cool.
It was like an hour and 45 minutes or something.
That's really
Good
cool.
lord.
I'd like to watch that. I mean, I guess we're watching it right now.
What the hell?
Glottis,
Hear the name of the Great One. Glottis.
what's happening?
How many days has this grand demon gone without driving?
Well, we've been hiking for months.
Months? Oh, then the noble one will surely die.
But
Oh no.
Leslie, I remember how you worked to keep everyone together and to help the team snuff out bugs and get this thing finished up. And I have to confess something after all these years, that as we would observe bugs in the game, that translated merely to us as, okay, fellas, we have more time. Let's get back to work.
Yeah.
Let's make this stuff even better. And so we'd see someone's head float off their body and exit the screen while their body continued to remain on screen. We'd say, that's at least another month.
So that's how you got more time.
We knew what the schedule was by just simply playing the game.
Glottis, I'm sorry. Manny. Why didn't you tell me you were sick?
Couldn't stop. Have to save everyone.
Are you in much pain, my friend?
Only because I let you down, Manny.
What can I get you? Will anything help?
I need to race to fly like the old days, Manny. In the bone wagon.
But the bone wagon's not here, carnal.
Maybe I'll see her on the other side.
Can't we make a new hot rod?
Those days are done, Manny. No more hot rod. Hey, what's that red thing?
The gondola?
Sweet decal work. Listen, fellas, somebody get a pen. There it is. My final work. It could save me if you have the right fuel.
What fuel, Glottis? Glottis. It looks like blueprints for a rocket sled. They're brilliant.
Ooh.
Well, it's good to know they recycle oil out here at the end of the world.
You can hear your brother's charango in this too. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Well, it was a second ago. I think I heard it. It's somewhere in the Mayan train station music.
Oop. Oh yeah. Keep still, damn it. Nope. There we go.
There was somebody that who will remain nameless, but I remember they said, because they'd come out of advertising and they said, well, there's 3 types of animation. There are dogs and cats who chase each other. There are dogs and cats that talk to each other, and then there are logos that spin around. Those are the 3 types of animation. So I guess we need to put
that made
chains.
one potentially amazing animator quit.
Yes.
That
And
ended
come
up
to
being
Pixar.
a soup at Pixar. So
Yes.
you can do your own homework to find out who that was.
There's a note next to this toaster. To avoid further mishaps, please butter your English muffins after you toast them. Facilities. It's the mug rack at the end of the world. It's closed.
Well, open it then.
It's full of rags. Always a good idea to have a clean rag around. Your mother doesn't work here. Since nobody listened to my last warning about keeping this refrigerator clean, I'm afraid I'm gonna have to lock it until some of you grow up. Signed, the Facilities Department.
Okay.
Hey, where is everybody?
Waiting area 2.
How long do they have to wait in there?
Until they have tickets. They were issued tickets on the number 9, and they don't have them now. The punishment for selling double-end tickets is very severe.
They didn't sell their tickets were stolen.
By who?
Hector Le Mans stole them to sell to rich people who don't deserve them.
Ah.
Might be them now. Let's see just what they deserve.
You can certainly see the Aztec motif with the headdress. Here they come. Nick? What is he doing here? Oh, I want this could be good. Mwahahaha. Geronimo! Whoa. Okay, what the hell was that?
The guy who played these Peruvian flutes, I believe, is from Peru. To look at the credits again, he lives in the Mission. It's like the whole Grimm score lives in the Mission.
What happened to that train?
Your destiny cannot be purchased.
I don't understand. Why has everyone been detained?
Given a ticket, a soul may not sell it.
They didn't sell their tickets. Someone else is trying to.
Bring the tickets, that is all.
The tickets are in El Marrow. How can I get there quickly?
These rails are already there.
My friend is sick. Can you help us?
1,000 demons have died upon delivering the souls they were created to protect.
Well, thanks for the help.
The gate opens. The gate closes. It does not help.
Yeah. Okay then. What's he?
Hey, how'd you get free?
I was born free, Boatnik. Nobody gave me no ticket, so nobody can take it away.
So what are you pacing around here for?
Trying to unwind a little bit. All those years circling in one direction. Gotta even out my life in this world before I go on to the next, you know? Well, that ought to do her.
Goodbye, Chapito.
Happy trails, Captain. And thanks for setting me straight back there in the drink. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Hide it under some seaweed. No, I'm gonna let it shine.
That's kind of a nice ending, didn't you think?
Now that's the ashtray that is the very first shot of the game and the very last shot of the game are the same, just like in Sugarland Express. So the shot of the little figurines around that ashtray is the same as the band that stands around this fountain later.
Right.
That's how you prove that you took at least one film school class in college. You take the first shot, the same as the last shot. basic stuff.
That's pretty accurate, actually.
Recently, I was visited by a bird with a human head. Do you know such a bird, Manuel Calavera?
No. How do you know my...
He knew you, and for you he left this note.
Ah.
I know what you're up to. I've been watching. Stay there. I'm coming to sprout you myself. Yours truly, Hector Le Mans. Híjole.
Yikes.
Well,
the gate.
Oh, he's not got anything else to say.
The gate, it does not.
Okay. Go down here. Now we're about to meet a guy. Cast your mind back to the very first year.
It's funny because Pete was always great at knowing. Not only would he know it was going to slip, he would always say, no, and then he'd spew out a date, and he was always within weeks, you know, he always, and sometimes that date was way past where we were being told the date was. In fact, it always was, but he was always right, and I don't know if it was just a sixth sense or if it was,
well, I remember specifically what you're talking about. I'm not going to be completely correct, but early in the year, I predicted that it would be June.
Yeah.
Which was about 2 months past our deadline, and I felt very bold doing that.
Totally.
But I felt pretty on solid ground doing that. Of course, this was internal, just within the SAO group.
Yeah, we never would
share
say that
this
to you
with other people. And Pete immediately fired back, "Day of the Dead." We all said, "What? Day of the Dead? What is that? November 4th?"
Yeah, like 4th or 5th.
Yeah.
November 5th.
And so, you know what? He was within. We'd have to look at Wikipedia. Do you remember the release date? I don't.
Oh,
remember.
it was October 20.
Close enough.
He was within a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
He was within a couple of weeks, and that was about March that he did that.
Oh,
and
wow.
it's quite amazing that he was able to see that distance. I don't know how he did it, but he said it with conviction too. That's the funniest thing of all, and he ended up being right.
It was end of September, roughly, I think. October was about right, because it came just after my birthday, which is in September.
It's full of caskets. Hello? Whew, they're empty. It's full of caskets. Locked. Probably to keep out the Yeti.
Huh?
I love those cars. You don't even get to see them in the game much, but there's some neat concept art of them. They have pipes coming out the side of them, which is weird. It's like Glottis fixed them up. But I think they're based on some actual like snowcat combined with a panel truck. That's because like we'd have this list of things that are going to be in the game, and nothing was just like made a truck, make a truck. It was like, no, let's get Peter Chan to design what a cool snowcat truck would look like in the 30s, but also kind of Mayan in a weird way. And
yeah, it is kind of Mayan. That's funny.
Yeah, not Aztec Mayan. That's it. Keep getting those two muddled up. Probably being cursed by about 1,000 gods right now.
It's funny.
No, okay.
Looks like standard DOD issue.
Ah!
Bruno Martinez?
You were the guy who packed me in there. You could have at least given me a magazine. 4 years with nothing to read but this damn mug. What are you doing here? And if you were headed this way, why didn't you offer me a lift? Ah! Wait, I'm getting out of here. This world's for suckers.
There's some packing foam in here with a Bruno-shaped dent in it.
So the cup comes in handy. Now, cast your mind back to Now, the purple thing, purple demon, remember? He said something very important about the packing foam, which was... Oh, there's Miche. That if you used a fire extinguisher on it, you'd blow yourself to Kingdom Come.
This better not stain my pocket.
That's important to remember. So I'm going to show you just exactly why.
Meche, we have to get back to Marrow for the tickets.
Oh, Glottis.
Right. She's got anything important to say? So, now, I'm going to save it because this is just going to be easier. Okay. So we've got a nug, the note, which comes in handy later, and an oily rag. So let's say we would put it into a toaster. Ah! Fire! Fire extinguisher.
Will they never learn?
It was the little guy. I saw him.
And he denied it the last time.
Right. And what would we have next to it? A mug tree.
It's the mug rack at the end of the world.
Well, mug rack, whatever. So.
I hate it when people leave their crusty mugs out in the break room.
Yeah. Well, is that seriously? You can't just wash that? And so we set up our trap. Well, our situation. Whoa! Woohoo! Woo! Meow.
What was in that mug? Something that powerful could fuel a
rocket.
If only we had more.
Well, I could score you a couple of truckloads if you're interested.
We shoot you now like an arrow to the wind. May you pierce the heart of the wind itself and drink the blood of flight. Speed is the food of the great Glottis. Speed bring you life. Come back to us someday.
Brace yourself, boys. We're about to go turbo. Woo!
You sure this thing's going to hold together?
At least most of the way. Hey, look! We're already to Rubacava. Manny? Manny? Manny, where are you? Manny, I'm frightened!
Glottis, don't! Whoa, 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 whoa! Whoops. Here we are, we're back.
Rubacava! What a town! Remember the glory days, Manny?
Long gone, my friend. There's nothing here for us now.
Except maybe our old car.
Dios mío!
She's been
booby-trapped.
By
Ah!
who? Who?
Domino.
Those dominoes are like one long fuse.
That's seriously insane. Right. Quickly.
I don't think my hands are steady enough for that. I'm not setting foot down there. The slightest bump could start those dominoes tumbling.
Oh, hang on.
Someone told me like this was the moment they cried in the game, just hearing how scared Glottis was in the scene, because he gets really frightened. And it's actually a reference to a claim that a babysitter made about me when they were babysitting me. They said, "Oh, you were so scared when your parents." You would sit there and you'd say, "Mother, mother, I'm frightened." And I was like, "No, okay. First of all, I never said that. I never said mother."
Yeah, that's suspicious right there.
But it got to be this family joke. "Mother, I'm frightened. I'm frightened, mother." And so that line actually got in the game.
I'm not setting foot down there. The slightest bump could start those dominoes tumbling.
Yeah, this is Alan Blumenfeld, who really brought a lot of heart to Glottis.
Yeah, totally.
He's just a real sweetheart.
Oh,
Don't panic. Don't panic. Don't panic.
Right. So, she's booby-trapped.
Maintenance has gotten pretty lax around here, apparently.
Or someone doesn't want us to go exploring. Right. Let's go get see about this tattoo. Here we go, we're back here again.
To some extent, Grim Fandango is a bit of a mutt. It's got...
Oh, we've had that. But because of the save game issue last time, I obviously haven't listened to it, so it's in the save game, so, you know.
I have to say, coming out of school, I felt super lucky to, first of all, be hired by LucasArts by some colleagues of mine who went to the same school, and to walk into this building and see all the concept art for this game on the walls. I was like a kid in a candy store. It was instant, euphoric inspiration, and I just felt like the luckiest guy in the world coming out of school, getting to work on a project of this caliber. It was beautiful.
Doesn't hurt. There can't be too much in here. I better save it. Color costs more. There can't be too much in here. I better save it. Oh, Toto's plumb tuckered out. No, I don't want to disturb his grumpy little dreams. I don't want to wake up Toto.
Okay.
Quit whining.
In case you're wondering, it's liquid nitrogen or whatever it is, or... Yeah.
Liquid nitrogen, not to be used on bone.
So that's half of the puzzle. What to do with about the dominoes? Ooh, we got a...
Well, I think it's one of the real challenges for adventure games, because so many things you make for an adventure game are single use. Like single use animation, single use scenes, single use textures. They're all like you do a first person shooter, you do, you know, adventure game, or sorry, like a platform or something like that. There's so many animations that get reused so many times throughout the whole game. And an adventure game, a huge amount of it is just custom throwaway, meant to be seen, you know, once or twice, and occasionally, you know, all the time, like walk cycles. But you know, it's not like Mario. You know, at the time they were doing Mario 64, and it's like Mario has, you know, a ridiculous number of animations, but it's a finite set, and it's like they can all be loaded at all times. In this game, you have to dynamically load all the animations as they're needed, and you have to make sure they're available before they're triggered, so you don't get these glitches, and while you wait for them. And a lot of them are just, they're thrown away. They have to get, every single one has to be individually processed by a human to get them into the game and potentially rigged up. And that's one of the challenges of making adventure games, is that you have all these sort of custom things and you want to reuse them as much as possible, but in order to do that, you have to automate a lot of stuff, automate as much processing as you can, but you still have to have that ability to fix things. You know, in film, we'll fix it in post. It's the same kind of thing. It's like we'll fix it in the engine, or we'll fix it in the tool, as opposed to we'll fix it in the source art.
And that's the you know, like you can walk to any room you want, and like all the little one-off assets. I think that's a unique challenge technically to adventure games that a lot of other games, other genres don't really have to address. But we're constantly like loading in custom stuff and kicking custom stuff out. And on this game, you know, memory is tight. You walk into this room and we need 16-bit flipbooks of doors opening and closing and one-off animations of you may go and play the piano, you may not go and play the piano. And there's all this technical kind of tomfoolery going on of trying to get the content that maybe that somebody
might be used,
might not be used. You might just be running through this room to some other room, and it's not like loading up a level in a first-person shooter where you're like, okay, I know what's going to be in front of the user at any one point in time, and we're going to use the same bad guy 50 times over. So I just need to get the stuff to run the bad guy in memory. This was this constant dance of like just-in-time loading and management of stuff, because you could walk into this room and spend 10 minutes in this room and explore every bit of content that this room could offer you, or you could just be running through on your way to somewhere else.
Back to this other puzzle.
Yep.
Yeah. That's right there. Have you seen any loading screens? Well, apart from the old one here and there.
Well, what happened to the Limbo? Hate to tell you, Velasco, but she went down at the Pearl. But we found a new ship, the SS La Mancha, and managed to...
The La Mancha? My old rusty bucket. Where is she?
Oh, well, we traded her in Puerto Zapato for a team of sled dogs.
That does it. I'm out of this stinking mob town.
But...
Thanks for finding my baby, Manny. Puerto Zapato, here I come.
Mob town?
Tim, how come you know so much about neurosis and psychosis? It's really.
I don't know if this is all. I don't know if any of this is legitimate psychological knowledge or just what I learned from movies.
Well, speaking as sort of a crazy guy myself, it rings true to me.
You'd think after 2 years he'd have the little SS Lumbago's lifeboats on at least. Maybe I'll just finish this for him.
Oh, the moon. Oh, the moon. I forgot to drink the moon, didn't I? It is a poem.
It shone pale as bone as I stood there alone, and I thought to myself how the moon that night cast its light on my heart's true delight, and the reef where her body was strewn. Ah, not quite the same without old Velasco.
Tim, how come you...
No, but if... What's his name? The captain was there. He's joining the poem with you.
I think I offended Tim once when I said, Tim, you should write scripts for movies. This is such a great idea. And Tim said, I make video games. I want to make video games. Why are you telling me to do something different? And I felt bad.
You cried that time?
No, I only cry at night, late at night. But
Tim was often at the office at nighttime. I remember him.
Oh yes,
locking his office door and me trying to peek in between the curtains he laid over top of the glass, and he would be in there for days.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yes.
When he finally got down to doing the dialogue stuff, I remember that it was always like a pressure valve that blew on him at one time or another, and he would just lock himself in and churn out this amazing dialogue.
No, I mean, I think Tim was a very intimidating person. To try and be funny around Tim was hard because he was so funny, and I never felt like I kind of rose to...
I relied on my funny Canadianness.
Right.
And my looks. That was enough.
I think it was, yes, your biting wit.
I think I bested him one time with a facial expression that was not intentional.
What was the expression? Can you do it for the people on the commentary?
You'll see it in the game if you look hard enough.
Good Lord.
Amazing.
It's locked.
Aha, so we can't go up either. So you see, it's all locked off. Limit the...
Oh, and
yeah, done that bit.
But it was great. I mean, Grimm is definitely still sort of the most satisfying project I think I've ever worked on. It was just a lot of fun, and you know, the Cuban actors, American actors, Irish actors, a guy from Hungary, you know, just all over the place, just to bring that sort of diversity to it.
I remember some trickle-down drama from upstairs in the test pit towards the end where things didn't seem to be getting done as fast as whomever wanted them to be getting done, you know? And I just remember, like, there was some question as to whether or not we'd have to cut a bunch of scenes or even a whole year from the game, you know, or something, because stuff wasn't coming in.
That was terrifying.
Yeah.
Use a drink.
That's what the lumbago diorama needed. Fake ocean water.
I heard you went pow and Zapato, Daddy.
Well, Hector Lamans tried and missed. Now it's my turn. I'm headed to El Marrow to put him out of business.
Manny, that place has changed. You don't know what you're getting into. I'd better come with you. Just give me a minute to get ready.
Okay, but if you hear a loud explosion anytime soon, the trip's off.
Well, are the CBs over there still? I don't know. Let's go have a look.
Actually, I think it was funny when you came in and you were all excited about working on this game. Like, I really like adventure games. I want to do this kind of thing. I want drama in games. And I think about Telltale, and it's like, okay, yeah, that's pretty much in keeping. It was a long time ago. But I remember when you came in, it was like your game that you had worked on was like a helicopter game. Where you
Helicops.
Helicops. And it was like as far different from this as you could possibly imagine a game would be. And I would not have imagined that a person who worked on Helicops was actually interested in adventure games.
There weren't any games like this. All I wanted to do was play with little people and computers, and I had gotten to the point where I almost ended up working on a baseball game because that was the closest thing I could find to little people and computers. And that's when I saw this. I was just like, it doesn't matter. I have to work on this.
Yeah, the bees are gone. Okay. Let's go rescue the bone wagon, eh? So, how do we do this? Well, we literally have to freeze everything. But we need to first of all need a large amount of liquid.
What's that? It's, lumbago lemonade. Try it.
Perkly little aperitif, actually. Yes, sirree. Not bad tall. Tell me where you got that right now!
Olivia's kitchen.
Lumbago lemonade!
Manny, aren't we in a hurry?
Don't worry. This won't take long.
Oh, my stomach don't stretch like it used to.
Oh, Glottis.
Now this bit's a bit disgusting. I do apologise for the viewers.
So what is that stuff they pack canned hams in anyway? Good show, my friend.
You wouldn't happen to have a breath mint on you, I suppose?
Nope, sorry, I thought there was any other adventure game. Ugh.
It's not gelling.
It can't gel now. It got all nice and warm in my belly.
Guess we'll just have to help it. With this. Pink.
idea. I bet I could keep it down now that it's cold.
Just let me get across first, okay?
Need to defuse. Oh.
I don't know if people agree with me. That was my idea of what do they call something that makes you barf? Something you take, you drink that makes you. No, not expectorant.
No, it's like
Epicac.
Epicac. That's the
like
syrup.
a verbal epicac.
Yeah.
Manny talks about the stuff they pack canned hams in because it's always grossed me out, that weird gelatin. Everyone would have a different thing that they'd bring up that would make them barf.
Right.
What's yours?
Yeah. Ipecac.
Oh, look at that.
It sounds like what you do when you eat it.
Epicac.
Yeah.
I don't know how players are supposed to figure out this puzzle, that you have to fill the floor with regurgitated gelatin. It's not the first thing that jumps into people's minds. Where the hell did you get that?
I forgot
liquid
there was
nitrogen?
I thought there was I forgot there was a regurgitated gelatin puzzle in the game. That's a standard thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, here goes nothing.
Whoa! Yeah! Let's go!
Looks like Hector's taken over the whole town.
He hasn't had much resistance. There's only one small group who oppose him, and they live out on the fringes of the city.
Huh?
Places like this, you mean?
I hope they're not hurting Glottis.
Ha. Shows what you know about this group. Their leader is a great man who...
Manuel Calavera, we meet again. I see you have found what you were looking for. How fortunate for you to arrive now, just as we too are about to achieve success. Our army has grown, and right now our top agents are in Hector's weapons lab, about to close in on the enemy in his own den. I couldn't have done it without you, Manuel.
Oh no.
It was a trap!
He's sprouting!
Stand back. There's only one thing to do.
Whoa. Ooh. What the? Oh yeah.
But more than that, you've enabled me to continue to serve the movement.
What did you say about a trap?
Hector uncovered our agent in his weapons lab.
No.
You idiot, Bowsley. Your new lab assistant is a spy. Haven't you ever heard of a background check?
Uh-oh. Damn.
What?
No time to explain. Now I'll have to take matters into my own hands.
Take me with you. I've longed to be of service to your cause for years.
Hmm. I don't trust her. Huh. Okay.
It's the part of that soldier that didn't get up and hop out of here on one hand.
Right.